Hello friends, what is up? I'm the Wizard Pirate, and as you can probably tell, my voice is a little bit strange because I just got this new, I just got this recording software that is just for my voice, so that you guys, well, not you guys, but, I won't need to go into a game to film my voice. It's called Audacity. I think a lot of people use it. It's pretty cool. Um, it seems like the file sizes aren't bad, and I'll be able to look at my notes through Word instead of writing it down. So I'll be able to read it. I'll be able to read it better because my handwriting is really sloppy. Um, and I'll be able to make these probably a little bit faster because I'm faster at typing than writing. So anyways, not a lot has been happening in Crowfall as you can expect because the Kickstarter just ended. Um, you might hear some Xbox 360 noises just because I'm downloading some Gears of War Judgment. That's the free with games with gold this month, or well, half the month. And there's another one, I think Terraria, but I don't really like that game. So, but anything, they have two updates that I'm talking about. I wrote a lot about them, and then I'm doing a Eternal Kingdoms FAQ if I have enough time. I think Audacity says how long it's been. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's awesome. So let's get started. The first one I'm talking about is message from the founders. It says Crowfall team is taking a little break before getting back into things, which you can expect. You know, they've done a lot with the Kickstarter. A lot has happened, so they're just taking a little bit of a break. They're finalizing hires for people who are going to work on all things promised with the stretch goals, which would be like the pet system, the mounts, other things like that. So, you know, to do more stuff, you're gonna need more workers, so you can expect that. Um, Artcraft is gonna get the information at the end of next week. I think the Kickstarter said April 9th. So that's, let me check my calendar, is a Thursday. Yeah, so right now I'm filming this on Easter, really quick, for like an hour before my family's coming. So, yeah. um, um, so if you have pledged anything, you're gonna get stuff for your account. So you should create a Crowfall account. Before then, you will get an email with all the info. Probably by on Friday, next Friday. Just to get everything, and then it'll give you details about how to link your account, your Crowfall account to your all the stuff that you're getting. Even though the game's not gonna be out, probably. I think I believe the Kickstarter said the game is supposed to come out in spring 2016. So it's gonna be a while, but I bet you can probably use your stuff for like the beta and stuff if you signed up for that. Next one. It also said by the week of April 13th they should be back on track for creating the game. They've already done a little bit, but which I think I got a lot of stuff about that. The female ranger is revealed. They have a concept. I'll put it right up here. On the other side of that, I will also have the male, which is one that you've already seen. The ranger's stats, if you've already forgotten, would be strength is 3, dexterity is 3, intellect is 2, and spirit is 1, and the role is specialist. The female ranger doesn't automatically get a wolf pet. If you're wondering, it just shows there because that was a stretch goal, and they've just recently created that. Um, let's see. You can still crowdfund Crowfall even though the Kickstarter is over. I don't know if this is connected to Kickstarter, but it seems like it. But I'm not sure about that anymore because they've done it through the website and the Crowfall. I mean, in the Kickstarter, the Crowfall Kickstarter. That's already closed, so I guess they're just doing it through the website, even though they still have all the stats about that. So they still have stretch goals. This one is hire a graphics programmer, and then unlocks at $1.85 million. So I guess they're expecting to not get as much money, even though the Kickstarter is over. So, because it's not normally they would have it at 2 million, but they have it at 1.85 million, which I guess which is good because they'll keep getting a steady stream of money. Hopefully, if even though they don't have any games or solid revenue things coming out anytime soon. Let's see. I already just said that. Artcraft is also planning to allow people to upgrade their pledges that they've made during the Kickstarter, but it's not possible currently. I think one of the problems with that is they're gonna have to get all the info first, so that's on Thursday the 9th, and then also they would have to link. I don't know if that is hard or not. Um, Much has been happening under the surface for Crowfall's development, which you can probably expect because they have to add like new stuff into the game files. The Ginsian Slayer archetype was a April Fool's joke. I'd never really heard of that. Maybe it was I don't know where they put that. But it received a lot of popularity apparently. So they hinted that it may be a future stretch goal. The design team has also been documenting about how the fealty tree will work, and the UI for parcel placement will work. That is in the Eternal Kingdom FAQ, which I'm talking about in a second. Let's see. Changes to the combat system have been made, and then they have revisited the base concept of movement and targeting. And they discussed that on the Crowns and Crows and Gold and Glory podcasts, which I guess they seem just like Crowfall podcasts. I don't know if they make it or they just visited the people who made it. If you want to see, I'm probably not gonna listen to those or maybe just that podcast in particular. But if the Crowfall podcast I listen to is called Crowfall Radio. I'll put the little thingamajigger, the symbol right here on the bottom of the screen. And then they also talked about on the Liquid Geek show, which is by the same people plus a few others. So check that out too if you want. Working on concept art for archetypes and buildings, swappable equipment for the knights, and they're also working on the hunger infected versions of the mounts. So expect probably concept art of that coming out pretty soon. Now up to the Eternal Kingdom FAQ. Every account is granted an Eternal Kingdom. They start off small, but then can be expanded. To expand them, you need to get parcels. In parcels, they can get as small as 1 by 1, 1 cell by 1 cell. What cells are. Every kingdom is a square grid. The beginner kingdom is a 3 by 3 cell square. I think they said a cell, compared to like the world is about, they're deciding between a quarter of an acre to 2 acres. So it's a pretty good plot of land. Like, I think I live in a kind of spacious area in the world, so I got a good amount of background area, or like around the backyard of my house. So I'd say I have probably like half a acre, maybe not half of it. I don't know how big an acre is though. Yeah, but I have a good amount of land, so I don't know. Maybe it's like a quarter of an acre, but I can take that. Um, it will take raw materials to get more cells into your kingdom, or parcels. When you buy a cell of land, it is initially raw with unusable trees and other things. The land has little utility at the beginning. So you're gonna have to get rid of like the trees and stuff, and then that will be cool. You are considered like the monarch of the kingdom, and you can grant subsections to the other people in the world. When you first buy the kingdom, it is a single player land, but as upgrading it, you can create more space, which allows other people to visit it. And well, I don't know. I bet you can visit it like throughout the whole thing, but other people can like live there and stuff. So, and then you can grant them. It's a lot like the medieval times, like how that worked there, where you're like the king, and then you grant like maybe like let's say Aaron's probably gonna play the game, so I can grant him a little bit of my land, or like let's say 2 parcels, and he'll become, I think a duke, I think is what they called it, and then maybe he has a friend maybe from his school or something, and then he can grant that to him, and he'll become a vassal, and then he can grant even smaller areas to another person, maybe if he knows the guy who plays the game. So it just keeps going on like that, and you can make them pay taxes too, which I think is the funniest thing ever. I'm totally gonna do that. And then what can happen if you don't pay the taxes by giving them raw materials or maybe in-game currency or something like that? What will happen is the buildings will begin to decay until the point where it has to go back into the owner's inventory, and then you cannot replace it until they pay the money. So it just kind of gets all dirty and stuff. So totally gonna do that though. That'll be so funny. Um, People can make their worlds public, and then can make in-game currency by having the visitors visit marketplaces that you can place. Those seem like kind of like a bizarre type thing. I would hope, maybe, I don't know. Buildings that that you can make can hold artifacts and relics, which can improve stats for your character. Province marketplaces. The provinces are the places that you give like your dukes, your what is it called? Provinces are the areas that you give dukes some of your land and stuff like that. So that's what is considered a province. They can hold trainer thralls, which I think are just kind of like PvP-esque type things, and then personal housing and social hubs. Um, I had other stuff too. Where is it? Internal Kingdom can be considered a very small campaign world. You can craft, build, and even battle monsters, but they're not that strong, as you can probably tell. Let me check the time. 11 minutes. Okay, that's good. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll try to do one of these every week. I've been lazy about uploading 2 videos a week. I've been uploading 1, which I think is still pretty good. I've been getting a good amount of views, which I thank you guys so much for tuning into my videos, even though most of you don't stay for the whole thing and stuff. So I'm happy about that. So I want to thank you guys for that. Some videos coming up. I think I'll be doing a Crowfall video without Aaron because he hasn't been able to do it the past few days. I don't know if his membership's out yet. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I shall see you guys later. Bye!